Hey there YouTube, my name is Alan from Voyage Expeditions, and today we're doing maintenance vlog number 2. We are going to work on our Expedition LR3. This vehicle, we just did a fuel injector cleaning video. Look on our channel and you'll see a fuel injecting video as well. So you will see how this done. Okay, works good. We recommend doing it. Now we're going to be going into vlog number 2. In this vlog, what we're going to do is we're going to work on a spark plug change. Spark plug change is, I do it as regular maintenance. I don't do it because there's a check engine light or anything else. It's just, I do just regular maintenance. Right now the truck has 16 something thousand miles, 60, 70,000 miles on it. Not exactly sure. I don't really look at the mileage. But I do it usually roughly every, I would say, 80,000 miles on a truck. So it has been time, and right now we're going to show you how it's done. So we have basic tools here. With the parts that we're using are the OEM parts. I only put up OEM parts on the truck. That's LR005 253. These are iridium spark plugs, and they are great quality. So I'm doing 2 trucks today, but I'm only going to do a video obviously on this one. Okay, we're doing on the green LR as well. I believe that's studying right there somewhere. So without any further ado, let's dig into it. Okay. Basically, it's a very simple job. It's not, nothing anybody can do it. It's very simple. You need you taking this cover off. You taking all the air intakes in here off. Obviously, sensors. Very simple thing. And while I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna show you what's going on. Now the heat shields you also taking this from the sides. Okay, and basically that's it. It's a very basic situation, very basic thing to do. Now, meanwhile I'm doing this, I'm also going to change a couple of parts as we go along. Okay, first things first. Okay, make sure the engine is kind of cooled off, because this is a really when it's hot, it's very unpleasant to work on a motor. So first things first, we put on gloves. Okay. Actually, I'm not gonna put these on. I'm gonna put the other ones on. Okay. So here we go. Here goes the gloves. Fancy schmancy neon stuff. The cover. Okay. We take the oil cap off. Place to the side. No bugs. Place it on the side. 1/4 inch will do here. Very simple situation. Okay, car off. Place it to the side. You gotta expose the engine. Now, what's gonna happen is, it's kind of a high vehicle, so right now because it's lifted, put the cap back on. The reason for it, because you don't want anything falling inside of your engine bay. That will not be a pleasant thing, fishing this stuff out. Okay, take the socket, you put it back on, and put it back in your case. Okay. Now we're taking the air intake off. Okay, the second thing to do. Very simple operation. Just help it a little bit, pry it, take it down. Now, this is the biggest mistake what a lot of people do. What happens is these things are prone to have air leaks and break. Okay, now the problem is it breaks right here, and it has a lot of cracks and so on and so forth. That's where your air leaks start in the beginning. What you do is usually you have to try to stay away from this area of unscrewing and screwing and playing with the stuff. So what happens now is that you gotta unscrew the cover for air intake and unscrew it right here. Okay, you squeeze. I don't know if you guys can see. Okay. So here we gotta unscrew. Our airbox cover. Very simple. It's not that hard. Lift top on it. Okay. And here's a little. It's a clip right here. It's holding the sensor. Okay. The car's out. Meanwhile, you're up here. Check your air filter, which I believe I'm gonna need a new one because it's already dead. Okay. And basically change it over and inspect all this stuff for cracks, especially right here. Okay, you see, I don't know if you can see this. If it's gonna zoom in, I'm not sure. Right here, this is where your air leaks come in. Okay, I just epoxied it and it just worked just fine for me. But again, if you want to go and purchase a new one, purchase a new one. It's all up to you. Okay, so I'm gonna get a new air filter as well for this because it needs one. Okay. Now, as a good precautionary measure, Ethan, whenever you work on Land Rover or Range Rover or any vehicle that has a lot of electronics, or any vehicle, period. Whenever disconnecting all the sensors and everything else, please disconnect the battery. Take the negative lead of the battery, due to the fact that you might come up with faults. So might as well do it. I disconnected it here, so you see disconnected the negative lead, and I just put a regular plastic cover, so because it tends to hit, come back and can reconnect or whatever and spark up. You don't want to deal with this stuff. So what happens is you better all just go into getting some sort of plastic cover, so you just cover it up. Okay, just disconnect the negative lead, so that way it's going to be much easier for you, and it's much safer on a vehicle. Alrighty. Now also, since we're up here and we disconnected the battery, okay, we got our airbox basically cover removed, all the piping. Now what's going to happen is that you see this is a PCV valve. This is a very common problem with these trucks. When they go into certain, I don't know, not mileage, but I change them every like 20 to 30,000 miles at the most. They go and they definitely create a lot of problems, and check engine lights and the issues they rupture. So we got to be changing that as well today. It's a very simple 8mm screw. 8mm bolts, 1 and 2, and it's a breather valve. It's nothing but a breather valve, but it does create problems if if it's ruptured, or the seals there that dry out and go bad. I will show you what's happening here. Let me see what I have changed. I've changed quite a few of them so far. Okay, here you go. As you can see, these are old ones from the other LRs that we have. Okay, as you can see, this is oily and everything else. I just change them over. I just don't. I don't even bother. This is such a small part. You can create a whole bunch of mess. So here we go. We're just gonna go and take it off. It's very simple. Again, I'm one-handed, but I'm gonna do it with the other camera. Hold on. So, valves right here. Again, it's a very simple removal. A very simple installation. Excuse me, I'm still a little bit sick here. Uh-oh. Now, Houston, we have a little problem, and I'll show you what the problem is. You got to expand it, overheat it. Now, let me take this stuff off. It's very oily, very, very bad. Now, here's what happened. Screw got stuck in there. So, because most likely because of the oil, because of the heat, or someone over screwed it, and this stuff happens. Okay, so as you can see, this is why you have to go and check on your vehicle once in a while. You see it's very oily, and so I don't know if you can zoom in. Let me see. Right here, you guys can see that, I guess. So basically, we're gonna remove this. Okay, we're gonna reinstall it. We're gonna seal it, and should be good to go. Seal it inside. Okay, so stay tuned. So here we go. There's a little port. Okay. That basically, let me grab the camera real quick and I'll show you what's happening here. See this? Right here. Okay. So it came out with the PCV valve. Basically, that's it. This is due to the fact of people over tighten it and going crazy with these things. In this case, I even know who did it. It wasn't even me. It was Denny. He was changing it last time. I was teaching him how to work on the truck. But anyways, it's okay. We'll fix it. Not a big deal. Listen, whatever you do in these trucks, don't stress. Okay, it's a truck. Okay, I know people say, "Oh, it's a Land Rover," blah blah blah. It's nothing but a truck. Okay, Land Rovers do have feelings. I have to agree with that, and I also have to say one thing that it's a way. Land Rover is a way of life. It's not a truck by itself. It's a way of life. So enjoy it. Just enjoy working on them. That's all there is to it. Don't be afraid of them. They're not they're so hard and so complicated. They're not. They're very simple vehicles, but you got to take care of them. Anyway, stay tuned, and we're gonna go in further and see what's happening. Now, meanwhile, before we're gonna go any further, what I wanna do is I wanna blow the engine off a little bit because it's all sanded up. We're gonna be washing. We're gonna be cleaning. So what I want to do is see what I'm doing is that just plug it up. These parts right here, I just want to cover it up as well, and then we're gonna take air and just blow it, just to clean up a little bit. As far as these trucks go, a lot of these, once you got to get to the high mileage, as far as 150,000 and up and so on and so forth, you will end up dealing with things like this. And what's going to happen is you have to realize one thing: the plastic expands and contracts, and so on and so forth, and blah 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 blah. So what you need to do is you need to get acquainted with epoxy, and epoxy is your friend here, because what happens is that you can epoxy a lot of things, and it actually works very good. And the field work on a truck to get you from point A to point B is very very important. And epoxy is something that you must have at all times in these vehicles. In any vehicles, basically, with this sort of mileage. So, anyways, we're gonna mix up the epoxy. We're gonna epoxy this piece, and we're gonna epoxy it right here. You guys can see it. Where's my hand right here? We gotta put epoxy and just gonna insert it in and let it dry. Okay, I guess you guys can see this now. I have epoxied it. Okay, I put epoxy in it. See, this one is flash right here. It's flashed with a right here, but we need to flash this one as well. So the way it's done, you screw it on, okay, and give light taps. Just tap it in there, okay. Just stop the bolt a little bit until it sits right through. And now you see, now it's flash. Okay. Make sure. Give it a little one more tap. There you go. It's nice and flash now. Flush with a stud, and let it dry. Basically, that's it. And then we're gonna install the PCV valve afterwards. But before that, we have to do all this work to put the spark plugs in. So basically, that's it. Don't be afraid of them. Okay. Now, a lot of people don't take it off, but I do. When I do this kind of service, well, there's heat shields. The heat shields here and the heat shield on the other side of the engine. Okay. For ease of installment, you're better off just taking them off, because that way it's much easier operation then. So what we do is strictly one screw and just the removal. Okay, now I have this shield installed, the heat shield. I do it on purpose. This is for my I installed this due to the fact that because the heat of the engine just destroys these hoses, and it's for a heater core, and obviously just to give them a little longer life. But usually LRs don't have this. It's my own design and my own install. So if you ever do that, it really works good. So anyways, I'm gonna put this away and remove this shield out of here. There you go, that's the shield. Now it gives you a nice room to work right here, which is obviously, it's a great thing to have room when you work on a vehicle. Okay. While you're up here, inspect your hoses, see what's good, what's bad, what's gummy, what's not. Press on them, see if they are not good or good. But I usually go back and check things no matter what, one way or the other. Now, before we go any further, I'm going to remove the shield from the other side. And here's the other side. I already removed the screw from there. Okay, basically that's what it is here. Let's just remove this out. Okay, there you go. That's not the shield. When you look at it, this is the front of the engine, obviously this is the back of the engine. So you have to realize that these right here, the first coil, as you're looking at them, okay, the first coil, as you're looking at the motor, in front of the motor, in front of the vehicle, and to your right, will be numbers 2, 4, 6, and 8. Okay, 2, 4, 6, and 8. The first one is 2, the second one is 4, the third one is 6, the last one is 8. On the other side, okay, you have cylinders 1, 3, 5, and 7. Again, on your left hand side, as you're looking at the vehicle, as you're looking at the motor, it's 1, 3, 5, and 7. These are very, very important things to know, and as soon as you start working on an engine, you should memorize this from the get-go. Also, what I would suggest people to do, take the black marker, okay, and write them up here. Okay, 1, 3, 5, 7. Okay. The reason being is because what happens is that sometimes you get a misfire or what have you, and you have a brain fart, and it did happen to me. Okay, you come and whatever. It's much easier when you visually can see if you have a misfire on cylinder 8. Okay, and you know there's a excuse me, I'm sorry. When there's a coil that's not working. Okay, you basically. Oops, sorry. I'm messing with the camera here. Ah, there you go. All right, you mess with the coil. I'm taping everything myself today, so no, there's nobody around. Bully might come down later. So, anyways, the point is that when you have this kind of a misfire, okay, in cylinder 8, it does happen. Okay, the coils do go bad, especially in high mileage vehicles. Okay, you know right away. You get up there and you look at it. Okay, there's a misfire, you know, in a coil. Okay, you go and change it over and everything else. It gives you a much better information and much better ability to troubleshoot the Now, what's going to happen now is I'm going to remove number 7. Okay. First, I like to do the hardest one, the rear ones first, because they're the biggest pain. Okay, so first we're gonna do is we're gonna remove the connector. Okay, connector is very simply removed. You basically unplug it. All right, we unplugged it. Plugged it right here. Okay, and now what we're going to use is 8mm socket. We're going to remove this set screw. Okay. We're going to remove the set screw. Very simple, it's not that hard. Okay, remove the set screw. Put the set screw away. Okay, and we're gonna gently take the coil out. Okay. And here goes the coil. We got the coil out. Okay. It's a very deep well inside of a hole in here. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna take a socket. Going to use 5/8 socket. Okay, it's made for spark plugs. Okay, and basically insert it in there and take our beautiful old spark plug out. The way it's done, basically, is you drop it in, and then you go in behind it with extension. Let's remove the spark plugs, nice and soft. Don't go crazy. Don't go. Don't use power tools here. enjoy it. Enjoy the ride. And let's remove the spark plug, if we could. It's usually a pain in the neck. Move the section first. There we go here. There you go. As you can see, this one's spark plug right now. It's been around the block a little bit. Okay. So you just go on and on and on and on, change them all over. Okay. And all right, here we go. This is the last one. This is the number one coil, ignition coil for on this side of the engine. Right now we on passenger side, right hand side, what you call it, of right hand side of the engine. Okay, right hand side of the car. Okay, legally speaking. But in reality, we are not, as we face it, we are on the left-hand side of the vehicle. So what happened, this is the last coil we got to do. This is the easiest one. Supposedly, this was the more of a pain, if anything else. You got to play with this. So anyways, 8 millimeter socket, we take it out. Very simple. Let me move the ratchet here. I'm going to show you. Okay, I loosen it up, but I leave it in place. Reason being, because I don't want this to play and break. Okay, now, because now we got to gently take our plugs off. Plug off. Now, what happens is, guys, do not pull it on the wire. When you unplug these things, okay, these plugs, they're fragile. You have to understand one thing. This has been there for a very, very long time. So what happens is, these plugs are, you got to pull on them, you got to rip the wire, you got to strip the wire, you can do a lot of damage here. So just don't do it. Keep it with your hands and just try to, pull it with, plug itself. Do not, try to pry it a little bit, but do not, under no circumstances, do not pull it by a wire, because the wire is fragile, and due to the fact that it's been heated, so many heated, contract and expand and blah, 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 you're going to have a lot of issues. So now, we're going to take this bolt away, 8 millimeter. We got to remove our beautiful coil. Put coil away. We're going to insert this is going to be a big pain. Okay, we can just drop it in. Take it off. There's another trick. Take it off, just drop it in. Insert it. It fits right in because you have a rubber gasket inside the socket, 5/8 socket, and there you go. Just gotta remove. Oh my God, this one, the seat is hard. Just work it. It's it's not that. It's not that bad. Work with it. That's all. Remove the ratchet and just work with your hand. It's pretty bad out there. Oof. I don't know if you guys can see it. It's not. It's been around a block a little bit. That's the way it is. Now, I'm gonna put a new one in and be done with it. Okay. See if it's good to go. Everything looks fine. Okay. Right now we're not gonna wash anything. I'm just gonna put everything together because I have to go pick up the kitties, and we are going to clean it up later, I guess. Washing the engine and everything else. I'm not washing the engine. What I do is I do a wipe down of all the oily things like right here and everything else. It's so dirty, and you know, it's been I would say roughly about 40,000 miles since we did a wipe down of the whole vehicle. So that's what. Let me put this together and see, take it, you know, start it up and take it for a ride to pick up the kids. Okay, so this is your basic maintenance and your spark plug change. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. You know, comment, ask questions. If you need anything, you know, write me a message or comment. I'll do a video or whatever. Basically, you need to if you have any problem with the truck or anything else. Alrighty, so signing off. Bon voyage. Take it easy.